Yellow internet people. I wanted to talk a little bit about that book I've been reading, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I'm not finished with it yet. But the last chapter I read was about making your goals for your habits obvious, making your habits obvious rather, and I needed to point it out. Basically, the principle of what he's saying is that if it's in sight, it'll stay in mind. If it's out of sight, it'll stay out of mind. And I had to start this video because I just proved to myself. I've had a pack of cigarettes sitting out on the back deck. I haven't really smoked cigarettes in a while, but I bought a pack because I went to try this is a side quest, but I went to try and buy a nicotine-free vape, and it tasted like cough syrup, so I angrily went and bought a pack of cigarettes instead, and then just bought a regular vape too. But so I've had this pack of cigarettes sitting out, and I'm smoking one right now because it's in view. The habit is subconscious already, because I smoked cigarettes for years. And so it's in my view, and I'm thinking about it. I want it. I picked up a cigarette and wasn't even thinking about it and just lit it. And yeah, it just proves when we keep our good habit stuff in sight, it makes it easier to partake in the habit. Really just neutrally, that is so, for better or for worse. The things we keep around us in our environment act as cues for subconscious behaviors, or habits, rather, that we've formed. And so, I've noticed it too, in the opposite, in the beneficial way, of where keeping my little, 5-pound weights out, I walk past them more, I see them more, and so I'm more inclined to use them. And then I can build that positive feedback loop by telling myself, yes, I am someone who lifts, little weights and works out when I think about it, And so I just wanted to point that out, too, to people. And so I haven't taken action yet, but I'm going to take some action to put more, positive habit cues in my environment. But it gets a little tricky, I feel like, because sometimes things will just kind of if you have something out in the same spot for too long, at least for me, it just kind of becomes part of the background image, and I don't particularly pay attention to it always. Things on a shelf just kind of become a conglomerate of shelf in my mind, and I don't necessarily think about all the things on them. If I'm reading a book, if I keep it on the bookshelf, I'm not gonna think about it. I have to pull it out and put it somewhere different to cue that habit. So with the book I'm reading now, I've been placing it in different spots around the main floor. Sometimes I put it on my planner, sometimes I put it on another table in the living room, or on the dining room table, or in the kitchen. And because it's in a different spot, I notice it and I am more inclined to pick it up and read it. So yeah, it's kind of a yes and for this part of the chapter that I read. Yes, to when we have things out and make them obvious in plain sight, they stay in our mind for better or for worse. And also, too, if you struggle with things just blending into the background every time, just move it around. Because I've noticed, with my painting stuff, for a while, for the last 6 months, I've just taken up one half of the dining room table and for all my painting stuff, and a lot of times it's it's not even there. I don't even notice it. I think that's how people in hoarder houses get to. Not to say we're a hoarder house, but there's a lot of stuff. And I'm kind of a pack rat, but it's not a hoarder house, but it's not. It gets messy, and sometimes it just kind of fades into the background, like a shelf that's got a bajillion board games shoved into it. And you only notice what all's there when you're looking for a board game, But yeah, I just wanted to point that out to people, and hopefully that can help someone out. I'm gonna keep reading the book, and I'm gonna keep talking about it on here. So yeah, have a good night, everyone, and remember to put out obvious cues for the good habits that you want, and try to hide the ones for the bad habits you don't want. I'm going to hide this pack of cigarettes somewhere, because I promise you, if I hide it, I'm not going to think about it for at least a day or two. And so I noticed this too. I was vaping for a while. When I switched to vaping, I got ones that came with like a little lanyard around your neck, and when it was on my chest, I was vaping constantly. I went through them so quickly, and I stopped wearing it on a lanyard, and I stopped smoking as much. So, out of sight, out of mind, in sight, in mind. That's the gist of this video and that chapter. And mix it up. If you notice your good habit cue becoming less obvious to you, just put it in a different spot. Mix it up. The difference is what catches the attention, right? Alright, so yeah, have a good one. Bye.